I'm selling my $2,000 gaming PC and switching over to console. This, my friends, is a viral post that's going around on Reddit, and I just wanted to discuss it for a second because, number one, it seems like it's ringing true with a lot of people, but then on the other hand, it's absolute bullcrap and malarkey. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So let's go ahead and read this. This was posted by user my on your face, which is just number one, a great username, but number two also appears to be what he's doing to everybody with this post. He really wanted it to work, but just couldn't. Number one, I'm a system administrator, so I sit at a desk all effing day. The absolute last thing I want to do is stay at my desk and keep playing games on my desktop, because who in the hell has ever heard of playing video games in your bed on a PC? Oh my gosh, it's not like I made an entire video where you could actually have it set up so that you can play on a PC and console on your bed at the same time, but whoever thought to put a freaking computer on a TV? This man's a genius. Thinking ahead. Number two, ease of use. Again, I'm on a computer all day. The last thing I want to do is troubleshoot any issue. Why are my CPU temps so high? Why is this game crashing? Do I need to update my drivers? Number one, why are you monitoring your CPU temps all the time? You should probably have done that when you first got the PC, or if you just spent $2,000 on the gaming PC, you probably should know that it's more likely gonna be fine. You don't monitor the temps all the time. This is something about the PC community that frustrates me, that everybody's constantly monitoring crap. Just enjoy the damn games, okay? You don't have to monitor your temps. You don't have to monitor your frame rate. Just enjoy the freaking game, okay? Number two, why is this game crashing? Well, I mean, Cyberpunk, that's why. It's crashing on PlayStation anyways. Do I need to update my drivers? I don't know. Do you need to update your damn system firmware on your PlayStation 5? Does your game need to freaking update? Yeah, it kind of does from time to time. A PC is no different. It's absolute garbage. Number three, I tried couch gaming on a PC. Didn't work very well. No controller natively works with Windows 10 except for the Steam controller, and that thing is shite. Also, getting shite on versus PC players on keyboard and console sucks balls. You know what sucks balls? The idea that Microsoft owns a console, makes controllers, and somehow that doesn't natively work on Windows? Are you freaking kidding me? Every controller I've ever used works natively on PC. What? Even wirelessly. There's a damn thing called Bluetooth. It requires pairing, but so does a brand new controller to a console. You want to hook up a DualSense to your PS5? You gotta plug it in first. And the second point of that statement is maybe don't suck at video games. I suck at video games. It's okay. You don't want to get shite on versus PC players? Maybe don't play online. It's that simple. You don't have to use a keyboard and mouse. You can use a controller. Number four, the cost. I don't give an F what you say. My 3070 was $600 plus just for the GPU after taxes. That's without RAM, motherboard, CPU cooler, etc., etc. I'm moving over to console again. PC gaming is fun, but after starting a desk job, I really appreciate hassle-free gaming. If you're being hassled by playing on your PC, you're overthinking it. You're doing too much. You're trying to control too many variables, okay? You can just have a PC set up for gaming. The only legitimate thing that I can kind of see here is the fact that the cost is absurd. The PlayStation 5 for $500 gives you a way better gaming experience than you can get on a $500 PC at this point. I'm not going to argue there, but the thing that strikes me so much about this post is that it's upvoted to hell and back, and you can see that there are 2,000 comments where people are actively saying, yes, this is my experience too. And I just think that part of this is the PC community's fault. We overemphasize the nitty gritty. We're too into the damn details that the people who just want to get a PC and play a damn game have to feel some sort of obligation to actually making sure their AIO is installed properly. What are your CPU temps? Your GPU's at 75 degrees Celsius? Did you know that's hot enough to burn your testicles and you can never have children again? So you might want to get that one down. I'm absolutely frustrated at the state of PC gaming community because it does seem like it's become this insular thing where everybody's just like, you gotta do it properly or you shouldn't do it at all. That's just not how it's supposed to be. If you want to play video games, PC is the greatest way that you can play those video games. But here's also the thing, PC gamers, that you're missing out on.
on. Just because it might be the best way to play video games doesn't mean it's the best place for video games, because not every video game's on PC. I have a PlayStation because I want to enjoy God of War, because I want to enjoy all of the console exclusives that are there, and I'm going to do it. But then I'm also going to play it on PC when it comes out because I want the best experience for it, and those aren't always mutually exclusive. But before I go on further rant, I just want to call out this post for being absolute hogwash. Number one, completely troll name. Number two, if you go through his post history, he's both a 21-year-old male, but also a teenager at the same time. He can simultaneously afford a $2,000 PC with the PS5 as well as a Nintendo Switch, but then is having his parents pay his $40 a month iPhone bill. None of these is at all by itself condemning, but I think the fact that he's posted this post several times and then it took a little bit to get some traction when it finally took off in the PlayStation 5 community kind of indicates that he was just trying to post things to go viral rather than actually posting about some sort of sentiment that he has. It's rather just something to stir up the communities, the PC gaming community versus the console community. It's a tale as old as time, Beauty and the Beast, people fighting it over different things and not just enjoying the damn game. And I think my on your face actually brings that out of us in this post, and that's why it's so upvoted, because people share this sentiment. In some respects, having a gaming PC does require a little bit more troubleshooting. There are some times where you need to use tips and tricks in order to get certain games to run, especially if you're trying to play games that happened to come out decades ago. It's going to require a little bit more effort, but a lot of these are just arguments without merit that only make sense if you give it a cursory glance. I don't want to play games at a desk, then play them in bed. I don't want to use a Steam controller because they suck, then use any of the other controllers that you connect via Bluetooth. Why are my CPU temps so high? Why did you screw up when you first installed it? I've never once worried about my CPU temps while playing video games because I did it properly the first time, and that's fine. Again, the only argument he has right now is that the pricing is out of whack on gaming PC, but this is something that's been frustrating me in the PC gaming community, and I'm kind of using this to vent. I think it's so exclusionary that when people are just like, the only thing you need to be part of the PCMR community is a PC, is absolutely not true. Go on any TechTubers video from the past 3 months where they showed an AIO installed, and you tell me that there aren't a dozen comments of people saying you did it wrong because you didn't do it exactly like Steve from Gamers Nexus said. That was never the point of Steve's video, but that's what is being done here. It's just creating this culture of, unless you do it absolutely damn perfectly, then it's not worth doing at all. And that's just not true. And I think this kind of gets to that. It gets to the idea that there's this underlying frustration of the PC gaming community. We're so freaking focused on how much we need to perfect at what we have rather than enjoying what we have. And honest to goodness truth is just enjoy your damn video games, no matter where you're playing them, because they are just entertainment. And if anybody ever makes you feel bad for not doing it their way, for not doing it the proper way, doesn't matter. It's not their life. It's not their enjoyment. Do things because you want to enjoy them, especially when it comes to entertainment. It doesn't apply to all areas in life, but when it comes to playing Horizon Zero Dawn, you want to play that on a PS5, you want to play it on a PC, I don't care. Just enjoy the dang game. None of this is that serious. None of this is a big deal. We're squabbling over freaking pixels on a damn screen. And yes, they can teach us things about life. Yes, they can teach us things about teamwork and endurance and just fighting after the thing that you desperately want and need and just going for it and just creating this sense of wonder. And they're great at teaching philosophy, but at the end of the day, listen, they're video games. They're not real. Okay, a lamp in a video game uses electricity just like a real lamp does. I want my kids to play video games so that they can learn those things, but I don't care where they do it. Whatever's best for them. You want to play it on PC, kid, because it feels better? Do it. You want to play it on the TV? Do it. You want to play it on a Switch? By golly, 720p 30 FPS Witcher sucks, but do it. Do it in the way you want to play video games. And honestly, I think my thumb on your face highlights that issue so precisely for me here. And I'm frustrated by the idea that like people are just latching onto this and saying, yes, yes, this is the way. When in reality,
it's just in our face.